doing this. Okay, so I'm doing this to actually debunk the story once and for all. I'm done. And what Nicholas was doing last night, I'm going to be either privating or unlisting the other two live streams because I want this live stream to be done with. Okay, so I just want this to be the end. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining. So, I'm going to be watching the first 8 videos that John made talking about this, and I'm going to be I'm watching live this time. Hello, JD. Hello, everyone. See, I'm going to be actually sitting down, I'm going to be watching this, and I'm going to just be picking apart the story bit by bit, and he basically just denies everything that he's said in one of the videos. I saw it in some YTP someone made. So my Jackson story, apparently this is the playlist that talks about his entire Jackson story. My internet is very bad. If it takes forever to load, I'm sorry. But it says stuff like, is Macaulay Culkin the sperm donor? Michael Jackson's passages about Diana Ross. And just a bunch of other stuff. But I'm just going to be focusing on the main 8 videos that he has, and just the numbered videos that he has in the story. A weird guy who thinks about weird stuff. American Scheme. Okay, so we're going to get right into this with my Michael story number 1, the introduction.
I will sell this house.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to have to put in headphones because, yeah, your comments in the thumbnail. He's like, just get a brain slave, and I'm like, he called himself God, he called himself slave, and it's just ridiculous. I'm really, really, really mad that he's doing that. Okay, I put it in headphones so that way I can actually hear it. Let's get right into this. Michael Jackson story number 1, the introduction. Sorry that the intro's taking forever.
I will sell this house today. Hi, I'm John. This is my show, An American Scheme. The show is basically going to be about my belief that Michael Jackson is actually the son of Diana Ross and Smokey Robinson. I believe that Barry Gordy is the one that orchestrated the cover-up from the very beginning with his old boxing buddy, Joe Jackson. I don't believe that either one of Michael's first 2 children are Michael's biological children.
Okay, that's actually something that I do believe. I don't think that his first 2 children are biologically his. However, I do think that Blanket's child is. This is Kmart Online 2.0. I've always had this theory that John's doing a meme and not being serious, but he proves more and more wrong with every video. He does! And he contradicts himself so many times throughout. Like, it's either the first or second video he says, like, he doesn't have DNA and physical evidence to prove it. But then some videos, Nicholas Stoller has talked about to him in the comments saying he doesn't have DNA evidence, and then he just says that the fact is true, that his story is true, when in his earlier videos, he said that it's not actually true and that he doesn't have biological evidence. Why does he look like a 90s movie villain? He looks like he does. He looks like Jabba the Hutt from Star Wars, to be honest. No, wait, no, he looks like Jabba the Hutt's son from the Clone Wars. If you guys haven't seen that, I believe it. I don't know what it is, but Jabba the Hutt at least had like a son in a cartoon or something, and it was like a little purple like blob, and that's what he looks like.
And I'm starting to believe that the male sperm donor for Paris Jackson is looking to me like it's Macaulay Culkin.
Okay, so just watching this video, it just seems like a guy just talking about a theory. And this is why I wish his channel would be like. This is honestly what I wish his channel would be like. If his channel was more like this and it wasn't just yelling and canceling people, I really do think that I would respect him more just because he just seems like he's genuinely just trying to spread a theory. And he even says that's why his name ends with scheme. But yeah, I'm gonna keep on watching. I'm just gonna see what he says and just see if he contradicts himself in any statements he's made before.
So this is the story I've been researching for about the past 7 years. I've done a lot of research, and I have a lot of videos that I use to tell the story.
Okay, so he's saying, he has evidence, he has stuff like that, he has videos he's gonna play. He looks like Binky. He looks like Binky from Arthur. I'm starting to see the resemblance right now. Just as you bring it up, he sleeps in his mom's basement. He does. I believe he does. I think he does. But the Binky thing, I never thought about that until now.
That I'll tell you about as I tell the story in these videos. And these videos will all be found in YouTube. And this story I'm going to tell you is only taking place in YouTube. I don't have any other channels. I'm only doing this in YouTube, and I'm not monetizing this channel. So if there's any commercials or any kind of thing like that, it has nothing to do with me. I'll put on there. I'm not doing anything like that. I'll try.
Okay, so he proved me wrong with something I said. He said, me and Nicholas Stoller were doing a podcast. And Nicholas said he didn't monetize, but then he saw ads. So I'm guessing that was just a misunderstanding. I'm not so entirely sure if he does monetize. I mean, obviously, this was published 2017. I don't know if they had if they had redone the monetization stuff. But you can't monetize your channel until you have at least 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. So I don't know. Maybe not. I'm not so sure about his whole monetization thing, but, we'll just have to see.
Avoid that. So
7 years BS. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure if I believe that. An American Binky. I never actually thought about the Arthur thing until now. He does look like Binky. I'm just gonna look up Binky from Arthur, and I'm actually like, I know what he is, but I just want to see how exactly he looks. Or I spelled Arthur wrong. Okay. Binky. Okay. Oh my gosh, it actually looks like him with the suit on. Binky goes nuts. Okay. Okay. John's gonna watch this. He's gonna be like, I don't look. Okay. I can just imagine John sitting down and watching this and just being like, he's mocking me in his video, and he's doing. Okay, I'm just gonna keep on watching this. Again, my internet's terrible. I don't know why it keeps.
The other main thing is that I'm not a fool of myself. I understand that this story is something that I personally believe. It's not something that I have proven.
There you go. He literally just said the story has not been proven. Okay? He just said it's not fact. He just said that it's not fact.
I don't have DNA evidence. Simple fact, I don't have that evidence. I'm not in control of it. I don't have that evidence to give you. I have a very interesting story with videos that will show my ideas and thoughts as we...
Okay, so he just said that it's not an actual factual theory and he doesn't have anything to prove it. Somebody needs to Photoshop all of us on the Binky Goes Nuts cover. Yes, we need to do that. When I saw Binky Goes Nuts, it's like John Goes Nuts. Okay, so he just said that the theory is not factual. He doesn't have DNA evidence. He's saying that it's just a theory. He doesn't have proof of it. So let's go to the video that he made about me, where in the beginning he says that I'm trying to debunk his fact theory.
Hi, I'm John. This is my show, An American Scheme.
Wait, no, it's this one. Stupid kids are just stupid kids. So he just said in the other video that he doesn't have actual factual evidence. He doesn't have DNA or anything to prove that it's real. But in this video that he made of me, about me, called Stupid Kids Are Just Stupid Kids, he says that his story is factual. Hello, Teresa. He says that the story is factual when he just said earlier that it's not. So let's just hear this.
Hi, I'm John. This is my show, An American Scheme, where I'm proving that Diana Ross is Michael Jackson's actual mother. So one of these stupid loser kids, this smooth criminal, is trying to rebut my hardcore, true, factual story.
He just said it was a true, factual story. Let's go back to what he said in the first video. Okay, let's just see.
in control of it. I don't have that evidence to give you. I have a very interesting story. Don't have DNA evidence. Simple fact, I don't have that evidence. I'm not in control of it. I don't have that evidence to give you.
There you go. There you go. He just contradicted himself from a year ago. He just contradicted himself. There you go. In the video about me, stupid kids are just stupid kids. You can even go on the videos. The first video he made, my Michael Jackson story #1, the introduction. He says that his theory is not actually true. He doesn't have evidence. You know, it's just a theory. And then about a year later, he makes a video about me called "Stupid Kids Are Just Stupid Kids," saying that I'm trying to disprove his factual, hardcore theory. His hardcore story. He just said that it was factual when he had said before that it's not. That he has no evidence to prove it. So there you go. There you just go. I said he's mental and screams like a mental person. That he has problems and needs to calm down. He does. YouTube will get him off because he can't yell like that on YouTube, exactly. You know what I realized? He's an old man, and usually parents and adults usually think that they're in the right, and the children are in the wrong. Exactly! Exactly, because, like, elders, they think elders usually think they're more wise and whatever. I guess he's going, and he says, like, stupid kids are just stupid kids, and he's like, you know, you're not considered a human citizen or whatever until you're, like, 18? And what I do kind of see logic in that, why do some kids go to jail for, you know, I heard a story about some kid that murdered his little baby sister because he wanted to be an only child, and he went to jail. He was 12. So I don't even know how we got that, because, you know, kids go to, like, jail and stuff too. They go to, like, wherever they need to go, you know. I blocked him, so I'm hoping you guys block him so he won't bother us. Yeah, I have to block him. I'm pretty sure I have him blocked. Have you seen his rap song? I know he's watching this. I just want to let John know he's a better singer than, like, anyone. Freddie Mercury, who? Yeah, let's watch that, actually. Neverland Dungeon. Okay, guys. This is my favorite rap song of all time. You know? Better than anything anyone has ever done. Who's Eminem? Who's Tupac, dude? We got John from An American Scheme. His Neverland Dungeon cover was amazing. Let's listen to this. Shimones are on point, guys. Listen to that.
Ow! Trapson's a joke.
He's catching goes, Trapson's a joke. I only heard the hee part and immediately clicked off. I watched the entire thing. I'm watching all of his videos just seeing who he's trying to expose.
He's hooked on coke.
Did you say he's drunk on coke?
He's hooked on coke.
He said he's hooked on cocoa. A bop, yeah, definitely.
Trapson's a joke. Ow! Thieving, scheming, from the American, dreaming, no balls, bitches, stealing, riches. You're stupid as fuck. When I see you, we'll see what's up. Roll up in the drop top and the blood goes quickly, pop. Oh, Michael Jackson so weak.
Oh my god. Oh, he said, oh my god. He played guitar. He's probably the best one. Kurt Cobain who? John Lennon who? Exactly. Kurt Cobain, who the heck is that? Nirvana? Dude, we don't need Nirvana. The Beatles? John Lennon? Who's that? We don't need any of those, dude. We have a one-man band right here. Right there. This line just kills me.
Stealing riches. You're stupid as fuck. When I see you, we'll see what's up. Roll up in the drop top and the blood goes quickly, pop. Oh, Michael Jackson's so weak. Bitch on MJ's meat.
Female dog on MJ's meat. That gets me. That gets me every single. I listen to this all the time, John. Who would not listen to this? Is this available to stream? Because I love this.
Makeup got you looking so sweet. Turned out on the side of the street. Oh.
I've been told that this was actually written by John Lennon and Paul McCartney. What? John and Paul actually wrote this. I believe it. This song is amazing, dude.
Oh, you ain't nothing. Michael Jackson, yo, you ain't nothing.
I love how it just cuts at the end. XD he's stupid. Why does he have a rap song? I don't know. He's just mocking people. That's it. He sounds stupid when he curse. Yeah, he sounds like a little 5-year-old kid that literally just learned how to curse. And he's just swearing over and over again because he wants to sound cool. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the video. At least don't mention our names in the song. Yeah, exactly. He made a video about me. Yeah, I've seen him. I've seen them all. I mean, they don't hurt me at all, but you know, I'm just saying, you know, still pretty funny. Okay, go back to the first video. Let's see.
To give you, I have a very interesting story with videos that will show my idea.
Nah, this song was written by Jagger Richards. What? No way. Rolling Stones wrote that? I'm pretty sure that's Rolling Stones. Rolling Stones wrote this, dude? No way. Oh, wait, if the Rolling Stones and the Beatles collaborated to make that song, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised.
And thoughts as we go along. But the main thing is, I admit, I don't know if this is a story that I made up, or is this something that I discovered? I don't know. That's why I'm here. This is what I'm going to talk about. I'm definitely not asking anybody at all to believe me.
Oh! John, can I be featured in your next song, please? Don't we all want to be featured in John's next song? I mean, who wouldn't? Anyways, he just said he doesn't want to. He's not trying to force anyone to listen to his story.
I'm definitely not asking anybody at all to believe me at any point. I'm just here saying this is something I do believe.
Okay, he just said he doesn't force anyone to believe this. But there's many he comments all this random stuff on other people's. The Beatles and the Stones actually collabed in 1967. What? Okay, I need to see that. He's an overgrown 5-year-old, exactly. He looks like the kid from Shrek. That's like asking Shrek over and over again, do the roar, that's him. But he just says he's trying not to force anyone to believe his theory, but then he goes over to other comment sections and he starts like typing out his entire theory over and over again. And I actually have. He replied to, okay, there's just a bunch of comments. Okay, I'll just go to my comments folder. He asked Juan something. He said, Juan, please ask your English teacher at school tomorrow this question. In the song Billie Jean, the line, she says, I'm the one, but the kid is not my son. Tell your teacher I'm saying that Billie Jean is saying both of those lines. It's a mistake to think MJ is saying the kid's not my son. Ask your teacher what they think about that line. He asked Juan, Abel, and MJ that line. He asked him that. He actually did that. He asked Juan, Abel, and MJ to ask his English teacher that. Which means he's forcing people to try to make people to understand the story. An American scheme dies in Endgame? No! What? No way. No way, dude. No way. Is that in a different version of the movie? Because I watched that movie before and Shrek died in Endgame. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, he's trying to force Juan, Abel, and MJ to ask his English teacher Did you really have to spoil Endgame right now? Exactly, dude. I mean, yeah, exactly. Like, that must have been the post-credit scene. But yeah, like, he's trying to force Juan, Abel, and MJ to, ask his English teacher that. And this is a screenshot that I have in my photos, because I screenshot his replies. I replied to him, I said, what if the teacher has no idea who you are, hasn't heard Billie Jean, and has no clue who Michael is? How TF would that be intriguing to them? Besides, your story is so ridiculously fake, the only people that believe and support you are uneducated little 7-year-olds who only know the hits. But he's trying to force Juan to ask his English teacher that to try to prove his theory. But then he goes on other videos and says that he's not trying to force anyone. I need to close off all these. I have way too many tabs open and it's draining my memory. Okay, let's go. Let's keep on watching this. Oh my god.
I am saying that right from the beginning. I believe this. This is not something that I'm just trying to make a story of. I personally believe this, and because of that, I've been doing this for so long. I try to get responses in the past. I've sent emails to all of the people that that we're talking about in the story. I tried to reach them through emails, different versions and stuff, and I've tried to send letters to basically any magazine I could find or newspaper. I've spent years, and at times I would send out messages and this and that, but obviously I got no response. Nobody, either just flat out nobody believed me, or it's a story that without DNA evidence they weren't going to touch it, period. Nobody was going to touch the story. So I was forced to come out and tell the story myself and get you to hear my story and tell you why I believe this. But I'm not asking anybody to believe me or the story whatsoever.
Yeah, he goes and asks people to ask their English teachers that. John is Thanos, changed my mind. He's going to snap us all. Yeah, he's going to take a story and perfectly balance it on his finger and ask us to believe it.
And even if the things come out in my story, even if they are true, I want to be clear that this personally doesn't affect any of the accomplishments of like Smokey Robinson, Diana Ross, Berry Gordy, and Michael Jackson, and the Jacksons. Even if it turns out that the Jacksons aren't actually blood relatives to Michael, I still obviously acknowledge that the Jackson 5 was an act. They performed. They actually were doing that in reality. And, they've lived the whole thing. When we get into it, there's also a part that I'm not sure who actually...
What if an American Scheme is Dan Reed's adopter son? I can definitely... their heads are shaped both very strangely. So, I can understand that. I can understand that. Well, okay, LOL. Yeah, exactly.
Actually knows. It might be that the Jackson brothers, and the brothers and sisters, they might actually not know that this is the thing. It could be that well covered up. That I'm not sure about. But the people that I believe do personally know is Berry Gordy, Joe Jackson, Katherine Jackson, Smokey Robinson, and Diana Ross, and Michael Jackson obviously would have known about that. Those would be the people for sure that would know this story. The Paris Jackson thing, and, it's hard to say who their fathers are. I think those are white kids. They're white.
That's one of the only things I actually agree with. I don't think that his kids, the first two kids, are actually his. However, I do think that Blanket is. Okay, I do. Who agrees he looks like Harold from Hey Arnold? Okay, let's look it up. That's my live stream board. Combine those two things with an egg, you get John. Harold from Hey Arnold. Oh my god! He looks homeless, I'm guessing. Yep, that's John right there. Look at them. Hey, if he goes on his YouTube channel and calls Teresa Grumpy Cat, I can go on my live stream and call him Harold Berman from Hey Arnold. The worst thing about this guy is that his name is John. Well, John Lennon is my second favorite solo artist of all time, so I don't know, dude. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know if his name is spelled Jon or John. Been meaning to ask, Miss Smooth Criminal, do you have Twitter or Instagram? I used to have Instagram, but I don't use it anymore, and I do not have Twitter. So I'm just kind of stuck here on YouTube. I used to have a fan account on Instagram called the White Album. But I don't use it anymore. So, and I don't have Twitter. So if if you want to contact me, just comment on my latest video. I'm pretty sure it's either my Prince Hit and Run Phase 1 video or just any one of my recent public live streams. Just ask me for my YouTube messaging link, and we can talk there. If anyone wants to message Tupac or Michael Jackson, is that even a question, dude? Tupac is one of the best rappers of all time, but Michael Jackson is my favorite artist of all time, and But okay. Before anyone asks, my favorite album of I probably shouldn't spoil that. I probably shouldn't spoil that because I'm planning on making a video about it. Okay, let's go back to the video. John, we all know some
thing where Paris Jackson there was a movie that was coming out that was going to be about Michael Jackson and Elizabeth Taylor and Marlon Brando, some urban legend type of movie. They were talking about on 9/11 when it happened that they rented a car and drove out of town or something. And I thought it was a funny scenario, and I would have watched the show if I could have seen it. You know, I thought it was funny, and I would have been entertaining. So I don't understand the problem with being entertained by something like that. But Paris Jackson, from what I understand, she personally intervened, and she got that show to not be aired. I think it was supposed to be in
what?
In
And
the
Tupac
UK.
and MJ did do a collab. Not to what? I need to hear it. I need to hear it. I need to hear it. Oh, by the way, Mozilla Firefox, I love your profile picture. Just Brian Jones with the glasses on. That kills me every time.
Or something is where it was originally from or something. But I'm not positive on that, how that worked. But from what I understand, she personally intervened and got that to not air. And she said the reason was she was offended that the actor that they got was white, and they made him look whatever they did. It was, you know, they did what they did, whatever. It wasn't perfect, obviously.
Okay, Tupac
but
or
it
an
was
American Scheme? Tupac. Because American Scheme, you know, he has no talent at all, but Tupac can rap, dude. And, you know, he's a rock and roll Hall of Famer, and he's, you know, he's overall one of the biggest rappers of all time. So, you know, would I rather choose a rock and roll Hall of Famer and one of the biggest rappers of all time, or a lump? Yeah, I'm going with Tupac.
a white actor. And I personally want to say this to Paris Jackson, because I do believe that Michael's not your father, and I don't believe that you're black at all. I think you're white people, you and your brother, and I have nothing to say about Blanket. I have personally no opinion whatsoever. Michael could be his father. Michael could not be. We have no idea who the mother
I
is.
love all these emojis you're sending, like the basketball jam, heal the world. Those are actually like really good. I'm not gonna lie. I really like those.
I have no opinion about that whatsoever on that situation. But the Paris situation and Blanket, I'll get into that much more later. And, you know, I think that's just enough for now to get started. But one thing I would like to say, there's one video to get you started to show you where I'm coming from and that I'm kind of serious about this. If you go in YouTube and look for the title of the video, will be listed as Michael Jackson and Diana Ross, 1981. That's the title of the video. The page that the person that published that page, her name is Lady of MJ, and the video runs for about 45 seconds. And in that video, it's at the Oscars. It's at the Oscars, and I want that to be really clear. This is in 1981 at the Oscars. This would have been one of the most televised events worldwide at that time. These are big worldwide events. This is one of the biggest ones where you would have had that kind of worldwide exposure to the public. So she comes up to the interview, and the gentleman asks her, "Are you and Michael gonna do any more movies together soon?" And the first words out of her mouth, she says, "Yes, we are, and he's going to play my son." So it's just the reality that why would she even, and it shows that she's not thinking of him in a sexual way, because she's instantly relating to him as her son.
Okay, so that doesn't really, because there's a lump. Yeah, exactly. I'm thinking of this man being sexist. I don't know why. Yeah, but there's a video, like it's in a lot of those funny Michael Jackson compilations on YouTube. Diana Ross is like, I knew you were gonna be a big star. I really did. But what I didn't know is that you were gonna get so sexy. And so, why would she refer to her son like that? That's just kind of weird. Cause like my mother doesn't call me sexy. None of my relatives call me sexy. So I don't know why would my actual mom, if Diana Ross is actually Michael Jackson's mom, why would she say Michael Jackson was sexy if she was his mom? You know, that's just weird, you know?
It just blows out anybody's concept that there was a sexual relationship going on right there for her to even mention him as her son. And then the disrespect to the Jacksons and to Motown and all of the stuff of the history, for her to even relate to him as a son, it's really disrespectful. And then the fact that it's what's on her mind. And when she says it, there's so much joy. Look at the pride and the joy and how when they walk out together. I believe that video tells a lot. That's the way I see it.
Okay, no, I'm going to watch the video. What's the video's name? What's the video's name? I'm going to watch it.
Obviously. But it was a white actor.
I need to go back and see because I didn't pay attention.
You know, I think that's just enough for now to get started. But one thing I would like to say, there's one video to get you started to show you where I'm coming from and that I'm kind of serious about this. If you go in YouTube and look for the title of the video, will be listed as Michael Jackson and Diana Ross, 1981.
Michael Jackson and Diana Ross, 1981. Okay. He says it's 45 seconds long. I'm actually doing it. I'm looking it up. Yo! An American scheme has negative IQ. Michael Jackson, Diana Ross, 1981. Okay, this is the video he's referencing. The second one by Lady of MJ. John should join Raid and James in jail, yeah. This is because Diane says that Michael's going to play as her son. Doesn't mean that Diane's the mom. Yeah. Okay. This is the video he's talking about.
Michael Jackson was discovered by Diana Ross.
This describes everything. It's called Michael Jackson, Diana Ross, 1981. It's 45 seconds long. This is the video he's talking about.
Michael Jackson was discovered by Diana Ross. In March of 1981 at the Academy Awards, Diana and Michael arrived on the red carpet hand in hand.
All that she said. She said nothing else. Said nothing else. So, oh wow, the joy she laughed. Michael laughed too. So I don't know how that proves anything, honestly. So, okay. I'm going to go through some of the other videos now. And, you know, there's just a lot of random, just dumb videos that he does. Or just like, all these videos. Like, look at all this. Look at all these videos. This is ridiculous. There's one about JD right there, River Gibbs. He went after River Gibbs quite a bit before. Michael Trapson, he attacks Michael Trapson. Look, there's like 3 videos in a row about Michael Trapson. Why do you bother complaining about him when you're just giving me attention? He likes seeing you guys mad. I'm just trying to give everyone an idea that what he's saying is fake. You know? That's just what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to say that this is fake. And then there's all the videos he made about me. Like, the Smooth Criminal was a fake Michael Jackson fan. And proof the Smooth Criminal is an idiot. Stupid kids are just stupid kids. And these kind of videos make me laugh because this is like, he thinks he's actually offending me. And the whole time I watch those videos, he's just screaming at me. And I was like, it's so funny. It's so funny that he thinks he's offending me at all when he's not. Is this man the after-school pickup trash man? I think he might be, actually. He looks like one. But yeah, the first video that he made has contradicted, like, 3 of the different things he's talking about. He said that he's not trying to shove information down any of us throats. That video of me with my Harry Styles cut out. Yeah, that he makes so many disgusting videos about people, and it's so ridiculous. But, basically, you know, I'm just sick of it. His first video basically just disproved this thing. Yeah, all this stuff he's saying. He's contradicting himself so many times. In the beginning, he says, it's not, you know, I'm not trying to force anyone to believe this theory. And then he goes and says he's trying to force people to believe it. And then he says that he doesn't have any DNA to back up his evidence. And he's not saying that it's fact. And then he says that later on, he says that it's fact and that people should believe it. And the whole video thing, that's just stupid. So, all of this is just ridiculous. So, again, I'm just going to end this live stream.